Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? We're going to do a celebrity psychic reading on a reality star. Hi, Miss Batnet. We're going to do a celebrity psychic reading on a very, very excitable reality star, right? And that excitable reality star is Ashley Darby. Ashley, sweetie, you are up for a review. I'm not quite sure if I've done any readings on you, to be honest with you. There are certain people I've learned to kind of just leave alone, kind of just let them find themselves. And I tend not to pick on the youth, right? Because the youth is growing. That should be a song. The youth, the youth, the youth is growing. So I don't want to ruin youthful energy with the age that I'm at. Whatever they're doing, they're going to get to the age that I'm at. And I don't want to ruin what that process looks like for the youth, right? But the only reason why I am doing a video on you is because you seem to think this whole colorist thing has gotten out of hand, which it has. The problem with the whole colorist thing is, do you know that you contribute to the issue? And that's where I think you might be lost, right? And so you stated in one of your things, I'm not that colorist that you all keep claiming I'm to be. And I feel like I need to make a statement. It's not just you that they're calling out colorists. See, what you don't know, Ashley, is that from the very town that you live in, there's a brown paper bag rule from back in the day. If you are the color of a brown paper bag, which to me is kind of dark, but okay, or lighter, you're more accepted in the tri-state area. Hi, John. What's up? I'll accept it. Totally cool. Just, yeah, hold on. Let me just put, yeah, I'll accept it.
Tracey Brown is your name, right?
Yeah, but just make sure that 49 apartment. Okay. My elderly neighbor. I feel like I'm babysitting. All right. So because there was this brown paper rule that goes back way back, like way back, and it's been perpetuated in the tri-state area. This is Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., supposed to be Washington, D.C., which is not a state, Maryland, and Virginia. Is that the only two states? I don't remember. But you all got this ridiculous rule, right? So it may come down to historically, have you been brought up into a colorist system? The answer to that is yes. Now, I don't know if you were born and raised there, Ashley, but at any time you relocate to an area that has colorist issues, you fall in that same. What's up, John?
I just want to thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Boy, you know a lot about shit, man. They said this wasn't a physical address. So yes, I know too.
See, I tried to tell you. See? He's like, you know a lot about shipment. And I'm like, yeah, because I have a company, but I didn't want to tell him. None of his business. Wow, you know a lot about shipment. Yeah, I do. Trial and error learning when it comes to to shipment. When you have your own business, it's trial and error. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, good. Pull the right amount. So, Ori Naturals. Hello. She says, hello, everyone, in good health. So, we're going to be looking at, is Ashley colorist? It's a simple question. And then what else comes through the cards? Please, God, talk to me about Ashley. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Ashley's your child. She's your love. She's your beloved. Please, Father God, authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name, I pray. Amen, amen, amen. I mean, case in point, Wendy Osofo, I might be pronouncing her name wrong, so forgive me, Wendy. It is a mental problem with me. Is a PhD or a doctorate, and her name is Dr. Wendy Osofo, right? She had to demand respect the first season that she came in. And good for her, where she was like, call me doctor. But also the way she said it seemed aggressive, right? But if it were a light-skinned woman with the title doctor, you guys, not you guys, but it would automatically be, hi, Dr. Wendy. Hi, Dr. Ashley. Ashley's not even educated. She's not even educated. The respect goes to Wendy first and foremost. What? That's not what happened, though. Giselle is not educated. If she is, somebody please let me know what college she went to. She is not educated, walking around with the filthy mouth, making the most trouble. Nobody ever calls her out for being aggressive. Just saying. So, Ashley, are you a colorist? Moving out in the world with some doubt and some fear. There is something there that makes her believe that it could be a possibility, even though she verbally said she literally is not. But there is something there because it's sticky. Whatever this is, it's sticky for her. So I don't know where her color comes in. I don't know if it's on her mom's side. Is her mom the black one? Yeah, I think her mom is black and her dad is white. I think. I think. But it's sticky, right? Because if you identify with color, literally the different shades of black, right? Black could be as light as this, as yellow as this, as tan as this, as light brown as this, of course, lighter. This is a darker hue, as dark brown as this, and as blackish brown as this, right? This is a beautiful, at the base where it says apprehensive. That's a beautiful color, brown, right? Thank you. Thank you. Did Giselle graduate from Hampton University? Did she graduate? Because she don't act like she graduated. She don't act like she graduated, sweetie. Or as a colorist, did she just smile her way through her grades? You don't think that happens? It absolutely does. So you can tell me you graduated all you want. I want to know how you graduated. Did you just have to flash your pretty eyes and teachers would be like, listen, you're going to get a C, but I'm going to pass you? Not everybody graduates college with knowledge. Trust and believe. Back to Ashley. Resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Oh, there's going to be some childhood trauma about, the brown skinned kids. Again, to Ashley. We'll hear these stories in a minute, right? Mystery, magic, excitement. To be honest with you, Ashley feels very wonky looking, right? She doesn't feel as pretty as others may view her. Do you know what I mean? She might not see herself as pretty. She might see herself as an awkward child to this day. I think, you know what I think? I think if you cut Ashley's hair off, which I don't want that at all, then I think she's less pretty. I think her hair adds to the ambiance of beauty. That's what I think. Mom, black. Dad is absent to her, but white. Yeah, I knew the dad wasn't around, but he is white. Okay. I went to school with Ashley and they never teased her? Never? Oh, she wasn't an awkward. I'm talking about like an awkward 10-year-old. She wasn't awkward back then? Oh, I'm talking about as an awkward 10-year-old. I think by high school, everybody's feeling their ass in high school, right? But I'm talking about at an age when we are normally awkward and maybe she didn't see herself as pretty. I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to stick with what I get because I have to. It's what I do for a living. Listen to myself. And that's where I got that there's an awkwardness about her that she felt. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not that you saw, that she felt. All right. But I'm also getting a lot of hearts around her awkwardness, right? Um, I get solitude. This normally is an educated card. Since you know her, did she go to college? I don't believe she did. Third eye chakra. Huh. She might have a little bit of a gift there. You might want to. Oh my God, this phone. But in the end, did she wind up taking every negativity that she may have felt about herself and turn it positively? Absolutely. She has that gift. What is Ashley's sign? No one's saying she's not sweet, Angelic. I really don't care how sweet she was. That's not the point. That's not the point of the reading. Is Ashley sweet? No, I'm not asking that question. I'm asking whether or not she's a colorist. You could be sweet and a fucking colorist. What's Ashley's sign? She has to be a very outgoing sign. She has to be very outgoing. She is a little sensitive, but not quite that sensitive. Gemini? Gemini? She has some fire in her. She has some fire in her because I know Gemini women. And, all right. Is Ashley colorist? Six of Pentacles, right? Six of Pentacles means that people give unto her. People give unto her very easily. Although this card is representing the person giving to others. I'm not really getting that. I'm getting people give unto her or cater to her. I get the Ten of Swords. So I am back to saying, I'm going to say it like this. Yes, she's colorist. Yes, she doesn't know it. I'm gonna like I was waiting to see. That's why this deck right here is really good. So this is called this Ten of Swords. It means you stab yourself in the back constantly. You did this to yourself. All right. And that means in this deck, there is two Ten of Swords. One of the Ten of Swords has the person doing themselves harm, but looking in their cell phone because they can't recognize that they're doing themselves harm. That is the pinnacle of Ashley's existence. That's the pinnacle of Ashley's existence. That she doesn't realize how her responses to life draws in the worst type of energy for her. She bounces right off the energy when it gets bad. She jumps out of the fire, right? But she doesn't seem to recognize that she created this colorist problem. And how do you create the colorist problem? You create the colorist problem when we see too much attention pointed at Candace. Too much. Too much. Now, she did say, I've argued with everyone in the group. True. But it's too much on Candace. So why is that? Is Candace's dark skin the thing that you can live on? Did the producers help encourage you to go after Candace? Because again, maybe you don't realize it, but maybe the producers are encouraging you to go after Candace because behind the scenes, there could be a colorist issue in your particular group because there are highly light-skinned, 3 of you, and highly dark-skinned, 2 or 3 of you. Right now, I think there's 4 light-skinned. I think there's Mia, Giselle, Robin, Ashley, Karen's 5 of you bitches, and only Candace and Wendy. Candace was the one that was called aggressive. Her first season in, nobody called Giselle aggressive, and Giselle is aggressive. Ashley, nobody called you aggressive, and you are aggressive. They only called Candace aggressive. So, what I'm trying to say is, are you colorist? Yes. Do you know it? No. No. You see yourself right now as a victim to everybody else's problem. You can't understand that you are part of that problem. And had you been educated a year, season or 2 ago, you would have laid off Candace. If you could have seen this coming, which is why call me for your own personal reading. Everyone, like, subscribe, please subscribe. 213-458-7408. Text me if you would like a reading. I do Zoom, I do FaceTime, and of course over regular phone. But if you could have seen this coming, where you are being publicly used to pit yourself against Candace, maybe you would have been mature enough to stop it. Or would you? There's a lot of money here. There's a lot of money on the table. Would you not have stopped it anyway? Now she's upset. Today she's upset because people are calling her out. Didn't Candace mention this time last year at one of the reunions or just before the reunions? Wasn't it mentioned on Twitter or IG that they're picking on Candace and they felt like it was color? No one could see that this was going to be a colorist issue this year. Queen of Pentacles shows up. I don't know what Candace sign is. Queen of Pentacles shows up. Any black producers on behind the scenes on Potomac? Any black producers of power? Any black executive producers of power? Because if you're not having representation behind the scenes, I could see why you are falling victim to this colorist issue that is now showing up. Now you got to work hard to show people you're not a colorist. I'm telling you, this is why you get readings, so that you could understand how to dodge bullets like this. If you want to, remember, Ashley, this also worked for you. So if you are not educated enough to know that people are doing things for their own, but is using you, that's on you. Because somewhere it should have been acknowledged. But sometimes when you never have to acknowledge your color, ever, and you could just take advantage by showing up, you don't have to work at anything. You don't have to work for anything. Because you don't have to acknowledge that you might be using your color out there. Oh, Candace is a Sagittarius. Thank you. Robin, Candace is a Sagittarius. Thank you, sweetie. Robin is aggressive. 2 people said Robin is very aggressive. Hell yes. Nobody calls Robin out. Robin will fight a bitch. Nobody calls Robin out. Ever. Nobody called Giselle out. And Giselle's mouth is fatal. Everybody was shocked and thought Candace was a problem when Candace took her Sagittarian mouth. And if you don't know Sagittarians, let me warn you right now. I got family members that are Sagittarians. They practice. They practice how to and it's like a missile with Sagittarians in their mouths. The women, I don't know about the men. The women, pop, 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 pop. Sometimes they can sit back. I have a cousin. She's a lawyer. When she's joking, it's a missile. When she's joking, it's like, was that your version of a joke? Because if it was, I'm ready to laugh right now. If it wasn't, girl, that was woof. You don't even have words when Sagittarians, you don't have words. That's Candace. If you don't know a Sagittarian, don't mess with a Sagittarian. You're going to get shocked. You're going to get shocked. They don't play. And they do it with no effort. That's the part that kills me. If you like a Leo's like, we be all up in there. Da, 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 da. Sagittarian is like, and your mother. And you're like, what about my mother? She's a whore. And you know it. And you know how you got here in the back of a garbage dump. Sagittarian. Mean ass. Mean. You're like, oh my God. Mean. Oh, yes. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Ori goes, I live with one. My 4-year-old grandson. You're making me hot. I didn't bring my fan or nothing out here. Oh my God, Sag, you can't get them to shut up. You can't. They must have the last word. They practice from their youth how to use their voice. Sorry if you never did, but a Sag worked on it from a baby. Exactly, Ori. From a 4-year, they start speaking, they start creating arsenal. Sagittarians say everything. Robin's in Aries. Oh, that makes sense now. That's the ram. but she gonna get slammed with a Sagittarian. Remember, they're half human, half horse. They're not animals. They're extraterrestrial beings. And remember, what's the sign? What's the arrow? You think that arrow's there by accident? No, they're gonna hit the mark. All right. Hi, beautiful baby. Aw. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Six of Wands. Six of Wands. Ashley wants two things that are going to come out of this. Poor Ashley. Ashley is going to appear much more ethnic now. You don't have to, but she is going to tap more into her blackness, right? So she might be wearing more braids and bantu knots and, you know, just something that kind of reminds, you know what it reminds me of? You remember Alicia Keys, who absolutely doesn't look black to me? She just doesn't. But she had to appear black, so she wore braids for the first 10 years of her life. She reminds me of what Alicia Keys had to do to remind people that her 50 Cent black is meaningful along with her voice. Not until if she changes her ethnic style, Candace is just going to point it out. This is a never-ending problem right now. Never ending. Hi, Dion. Never ending. I saw that if these two prepubescent babies would stop the bullshit, they can actually have a great reality show. But when you come for somebody's husband that is not doing anything, and fortunately for this season, they keep putting the throwbacks in immediately. Usually we don't get the throwbacks until the end of the season. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Candace took them to court. Candace threatened them. And Candace said, if this is all the information that you have, you better put where my husband was not looking at Mia. You better put where Ashley's best friend, how did the best friend get involved? Said that Chris was staring at her too or something. And every time they pointed back to Chris, where was Chris? On his phone. Just like this. Not looking, not leering at anybody, right? Vita, are you a Sagittarian too? Yes, you're the same age as my grandson. Yes, December 21st. She says no Sag slander will be tolerated. You press the like button. Don't fuck with a Sag. I'm joking. I'm joking. I mean it. They're crazy. It would behoove you to know what sign you're dealing with before you attack someone. Any other sign, go for it. Sag, retreat. Say you're sorry and retreat. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm wrong. You know, girl, you a Sag? Oh, girl, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. The Five of Pentacles. Oh, there's going to be some victory, but it's going to be temporary. I feel like Ashley is going to, I think Ashley is going to rip her 3 different new ones that we haven't even seen yet. And unfortunately, whatever you were trying to do this season by going after Ashley's husband has actually made you look like a see you next Tuesday. It will compromise your Instagram. Now, you could dance and shake it all you want. You don't dance like a black girl anyway. Let's get that straight. And you can throw your hair around all you want. It's really interesting how people are sighing on a side of color. I think we're just at our COVID moment of color. We're tired. I know me personally, I don't like talking about color. I remember the one year in my spiritual group, something came up about color and light skinned girls, and I shut that shit down. I was like, you can leave this group today, but we are not going to have color stories in the spiritual group. You want to have color stories? You play that bullshit out there on Instagram where them crazy motherfuckers be. In spiritual group, you're going to get your act together. You got a problem with color? Get out. Because the problem is, if you keep investing in the difference between brown skin and light skinned people, it's a never ending problem. So if you just stop talking about it, one day your mind will click that we're all human beings and it's not about color. But I'll tell you something else, Ashley. It is not your fault. Brown people built you up. You know why I know brown people built you up? Because we look at light skinned girls as if they are better on the media. So they built you up. So again, do you know it? No. Did Bravo build you up? Yes. To go against Candace? Absolutely. Why don't you just admit that? Did the public build you up? Absolutely. Because of your color. Pretty is subjective, and beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I have to say this, Candace, because I really want you to understand this. You're not that pretty. You're light skinned with hair. That's a colorist issue. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I getting through to you? Because I need you to grow up, young lady. I need to see that maybe you're a part of the system that's playing you. And that means you're playing yourself. Ori goes, no slandering, no slandering, just giving facts. We love Sag. We all love Sag. I've got a Sag grandchild. Yeah. Ori has a Sag grandchild. She can say what the fuck she wants about Sag. She has to train, just like I did. You have to train your Sag how to use that mouth. Wait, what happened, Ezra? Well, it's true, Dory. It's true. No, Ezra. I mean, it is true. What you're saying is true. But you can't just spit out shit like that. Is exactly how I do. You can't just spit out shit like that. Well, what should I say? I think you can find a better way to say what you want to say without hurting people. You know what I mean? Sad mouth. They start training themselves. It ain't got nothing to do whether or not we like Sag or you don't like Sag. No, no, no. Sag got mouths. Period. Period. Or he goes, yep, yep. Basically, you don't know I tell the truth. I was shocked when I got a Sagittarian grandchild. Shocked. I was mad. I was like, my mother is a Sagittarian, God. Why would you give me another Sagittarian in my life? It is going to be very painful. I think, Ashley, I think you're going to get compromised. I think you're going to get compromised on your IG. I think people are going to be mean to you. I also think that there's an opportunity for you to have some outside branding, and I think people are not going to go for it. I'm not saying this is your fault. Again, I only go by the cards. I can tell you are not doing this on purpose. Unfortunately, because you are not self-aware of your light skin privilege in a town that to this day deals with light skin privilege, your business gets compromised. So any products that you want to sell or you want to participate in, they're going to hire somebody else. I'm not saying it's your fault. I want you to understand that. But I think it's time to be self-aware that your mouth and your attack on Candace looks colorist. It does. No sound? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? So annoying. Oh, good now. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes when I switch the phones, I should pause a little bit. A Queen of Swords is going to come to the rescue. Oh, no. A Queen of Swords is going to come to the rescue. A Queen of Swords is going to come to the rescue for you. It's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius woman, also shooting straight from the hips, but flows better with the eloquency of getting you to understand what needs to change about you. But you're not going to see it until your branding influence doesn't matter to people. So there's going to be some money loss here, and you're about to get a divorce. And you want to be able to make your own money, but this is a bad time for you to make your own money. It's your COVID moment, Ashley, and it's all about the color of the skin. Sorry. Sorry. Again, I want to emphasize, Ashley is not doing it on purpose. She is a product of her upbringing. She is a product of her environment. Remember the brown paper bag environment over in Virginia, Maryland, and DC area? That's a real thing. When I found out about it, I was disgusted. They value people who's lighter than a brown paper bag. I was disgusted. So if you're darker than a brown paper bag, what are you supposed to do? That's disgusting. And it just comes down to like an old rule, even if you weren't born and raised there, which I'm not sure if you were, but it comes down to an old rule that if you're in that area, the brown paper bag rule still exists. Yeah. I think the color of a brown paper bag is pretty dark. I think so, but apparently that was the rule of thumb. Has anybody ever heard of the brown paper bag rule? It's an old thing. Old. Has anybody ever heard of it? It's terrible. Just a terrible concept to measure people. What's yes, it does? Kira, you've heard? Wait, no, I'm confused. Angelic, yes, it does. What does that mean? Have you heard of it? It's disgusting. Brown paper bag rule. That's some slave mentality bullshit. All right, are we good? Yeah, money is going to be behind you. 9 of Cups. You know, you do have a way of reinventing yourself, though. So the 9 of Cups tells me that money is going to be behind you, but you are most likely going to find a way of reinventing yourself. Maybe not necessarily with the same amount of income that could have come in before this whole colorist issue, but to capture people's attention still, you will be able to capture people's attention still, even though money disappears. But it definitely looks to me like if you grow the fuck up and start investing on how you got there, or how people created you, or how Bravo is really the colorist problem. Because remember, on Atlanta, they're all chocolate. And also on Atlanta, we had an executive producer like Carlos King. Are there any blacks behind the scenes? So could she reinvent herself and wind up being better? Yes. Yes. So that you could raise really wonderful boys? Absolutely. But you have to figure out how you contributed to all of this. And your filthy mouth contributed to all of this. Your attack on Candace and her husband, who has done nothing to any of you ladies, Any of you light-skinned ladies, Mia, Giselle, you, get out of here. Oh, and it still exists? It still exists? Please don't tell me it still exists. Yes, you've heard of it, right, Ori? Please don't tell me that bullshit brown paperback rule still exists. That is crazy to me. Okay, I have a wonderful meeting with my very good friend Jason. You all know how much I love Jason. He is a really wonderful, wonderful guy. So we're going to do a little brainstorming today. And I got 5 minutes to get on Zoom. So I love you all. Let's take the last 5 minutes and look at these cards and try and pick out one. Which one? This one. Why did this one? I'm going to take this one because it's kind of separated from the group. Oh, I don't want to look at it. I didn't see it. I know, Miss Watkins. I know. I saw it. I get all the news feed as I'm in the live. I'm not mentioning it. Because you all will discover things on your own at this stage of the game. Okay. Right side up, warrior. That's a very interesting card for you. Strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. What I think I'm trying to tell you is that people built up your ego, but not with quality. They built up your ego because you are light-skinned. You now will take control of everything that you present in the world, and you will honor at becoming a better person. That's not my wish for you. That has to happen. Because the cards say it's going to happen. I don't need trust the cards. Let's see. Warrior. Warrior. Represents physical strength, the ability to protect and fight for your rights. She's going to fight for her light-skinnedness, but she's going to grow with it. As she's fighting, she's going to grow. There's something about her fight that will also be a lesson. Linked to invincibility, loyalty, and the passage from girl to womanhood. I pray for that. Can also be female as warrior woman, and has emerged once again through women who liberate and protect others who need representation. My prayer is that you just grow up as a woman and not a light-skinned woman. That's my prayer. Right? The game girl? Yes. Remember when Candace called the producer Eric into the bathroom when they were filming at the dance? Eric is Carlos King's protege. But Eric might be a concubine. I don't know. Eric might be part of the problem. I don't care if he's under Carlos King. I'm talking about the proper because the proper representation to understand that you're creating a colorist issue. So then Eric is participating in creating a colorist issue. That's what I'm saying. I grew up in a colorist and texturist, I love that word, texturist family. Darker skin and kinky haired kids, especially girls, were ignored. Wow. I'm so sorry. All right, guys. I'm going to end it here because I have a meeting with Jason. I do want to remind everyone that we have a class that's coming up, and contact Ori, www.orinaturals.com. It's this Sunday at 6 p.m. There is a flu outbreak right now going on along with RSV. Come join Priestess Iyalode Ifasheye, also known as Ori Naturals, here on YouTube. Come join her class. Thanks, guys. Take it easy. Bye. Oh, I will, Ori. She says there's hello to Jason for me. I will. I definitely will. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.